The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Justin Fields has been traded. It's yet another trade by Trader Muji. We'll break down what it all means. Zack Rosenblatt from The Athletic is my guest. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
Wish you could have been a Jet, Fernando.
Let's see what happens.
What's your message to the Jet fans in New York?
Jets, Jets.
A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now.
Here we go, Jet fans. Before we get started, make sure you are a subscriber to the channel. Click the thumbs up button, and that helps the show continue to grow. We are presented by FanDuel Sportsbook. Quick programming note. Tomorrow, I'm hosting the Michael K Show from 1 to 3 on ESPN New York. You can watch it on their YouTube channel. You can listen on 880 AM if you're in the tri-state, or just download the ESPN New York app. Because of that, tomorrow morning stream will start at 9 a.m. Eastern, as opposed to our usual 10 a.m. Eastern. So early start for the live show tomorrow morning, because I'm doing 2 hours of radio from 1 to 3 on ESPN New York. With that, let's say hello to a good friend of the show. He covers the Jets for The Athletic. Zack Rosenblatt joins us now. Zack, appreciate you hopping on. You told me off air you got jury duty tomorrow, so I'm getting you at the best time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I don't have to stay for long. But yeah, this is my first time where I've ever actually had to report to the courthouse. So I'm not looking forward to that, but we'll see what happens.
So some Jets news today. We'll start with the Fields trade. I don't think anyone's surprised that Justin Fields is not a Jet going into the 2026 season, but were you personally surprised they were able to get something for him as opposed to just releasing him?
I was in the moment, but the more I thought about it, it did make a little sense to me. But yeah, I was surprised just because, like, every time the Jets would say either publicly or privately, yeah, we're going to hold on to him because there's no bonus date, so we don't feel like a rush. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, why would you keep him on your roster unless you were trying to trade him? But like, who's going to trade for Justin Fields? And I certainly wouldn't have guessed the Chiefs. If you were going to ask me to bet on what team would have their eye on him, like, that would not have been the team I expected. But if you like run through what teams like actually need backup quarterbacks now and what quarterbacks are out there, like, there's not really many left. Like, the Chargers just re-signed Trey Lance yesterday. I didn't think he was like an option here, but he was one of those guys out there, and so they don't need one now. So it was left with like the Chiefs, the Rams, the Jets, and there's like a couple other teams that need a backup quarterback. The Rams are probably getting Jimmy G. So the free agents, there really aren't great options. It's like Joe Flacco, who wants to have a chance to start. There's Carson Wentz. There's like Brandon Allen. There's Cooper Rush. Like, it's not a great group. So you could look at Justin Fields and say, yeah, he's not a great starting quarterback, but can we get something out of him as a backup? He has the mobility. Like, he offers something different than our starter. Like, I've always thought he'd be a really good backup quarterback if he embraced it. Will he embrace it is the question. But yeah, like, I didn't expect to have that on the agenda today. I thought it would have been more likely that they release him sometime this week than trade him. But clearly there was some interest. Otherwise, the Chiefs wouldn't have forked up a draft pick for him.
What are your thoughts just on the value they got, like a 6th round pick, which, you know, in the past we might just, you know, scoff at that, but Darren Muji's done a really nice job taking 6th round picks and turning them into good football players on this team.
Yeah, I mean, the amount that he's traded it away and received 6th and 7th round picks has been pretty insane. If you look at, like, I think almost every single trade has involved those except for like the Sauce and Quinnen ones. But yeah, I mean, I think it's great value. Like I said, I thought it was going to be we release them and we save $1 million and we take the cap hit. Instead, they got a 6th round pick out of it next year, not even this year. So in the draft next year, which is the better one, obviously. And you're also saving a couple more million than you would have because they're eating all but $3 million, whereas you would have saved $1 million by cutting them. And I know it doesn't seem like a lot in the grand scheme of things, but like, every dollar is helpful and counts, and you can put that towards something else. And so it was just really, you know, I've praised Muji for this since last year, really, but he's only kept on improving. He's just really good between the margins, like doing stuff that like doesn't seem like a big deal, but he's really good at like filling out the roster, not wasting these day 3 picks. I almost prefer like a GM who's willing to like, I'll trade the 6th round pick for a guy who's in the NFL already because there's like tape on him in the NFL, as opposed to taking a swing on some linebacker the 7th round. And then the flip side of that is he gets these picks because he clearly knows that you can get a guy that a team is trying to cut for a 6th round pick. So like he's just been really smart, like working his way around like some restrictions he has as the GM at the Jets, where it's number one, you're not going to have a lot of free agents who are dying to come here. Number two, you don't have like an owner who's dying to like spend all of his money right now because they're not contenders. And so you're a rebuilding team. And so he's really done a really good job of towing the line of like not hamstringing this team for the future while also making really creative, clever moves and trades.
We'll talk more about Muji and his future and what it all means. But just from a backup quarterback standpoint now, from a Jets perspective, Brady Cook is still on this roster. They have Bailey Zappi. A lot of fans forget that. They signed Bailey Zappi earlier this offseason, so he is in that quarterback room. But what are you hearing about the Jets' pursuit of a backup quarterback? It felt like you and Connor Hughes were reporting that Carson Wentz was a serious candidate to be signed. Doesn't feel like that's happening at this point, but I defer to you. What are you hearing on the Jets' backup quarterback plan?
Yeah, I just get the sense they're not in any rush. They don't feel a rush to like overextend themselves to try and get one of these guys because I don't think any of them are that particularly appealing. I wouldn't say Carson Wentz I would completely eliminate. I just got the sense as of a few days ago that they didn't feel like it was likely. I think there was still some interest from like the Minnesota side to even bring him in that QB room that with JJ McCarthy and Kyler Murray because I think they like him in Minnesota. But I think someone like Andy Dalton is totally on the table and he's on the Panthers roster. Like he's not a free agent and Carolina does not seem to be in a rush to cut him just yet. I think they're going to wait until after June 1st and see if they can drum up trade interest. And do the Jets want to waste a draft pick on a guy who they probably can sign later? Like maybe they're waiting for Andy Dalton. There's intriguing ideas out there like a Will Levis type because they have 2 quarterbacks already. Like, do you send it if it doesn't cost too much? Like, do you send a day 3 pick for a Will Levis to be your backup? I like that idea. Take a flyer on a guy like that while also not force him to be your starter. I don't know what the Titans are asking for him though. So I just think they're surveying the market. I think Muji, to his credit, and Glenn, like they both are running the show here. Like they don't feel a rush to do any of these things. So they don't feel a rush to go and overspend on a wide receiver because they don't love the free agents at wide receiver. They don't feel a rush to go and sign a QB2 because they wanted to get their QB1 settled. They wanted to deal with Justin Fields, and now they can be like, okay, let's survey our options. And so I think they're doing it the right way. They'll probably sign someone between now and the draft, I would assume. And then maybe they draft someone on like day 3 or something like that.
Well, it's interesting with Andy Dalton. I wonder if they could just take the 6th that they just acquired today and send that to the Panthers to get Dalton. That
would be funny. I imagine their preference is not to trade away picks next year at this point. But even one of the, I can't even keep track. I should look at I don't even know what picks they have this year in 6th round and 7th round. I'm pretty sure they have a 6th, but maybe you trade that to the Panthers. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Dalton, to me, if you're going the veteran route and not like the Levis type, he makes the most sense to me just because I think he's a real quality guy to have in the locker room, in that QB room. Frank Reich is trying to do the Panthers offense, and he was in the room when he got there. So I don't think there's many better if you're just like, I want a veteran to back up Geno Smith. I go Andy Dalton. If you want to go younger, I go Will Levis. But there's not really anyone great out there. Like you're not going to get some great number 2 quarterback who might be your starter down the line, I would say.
We talked about this on our show. How about a Jamie and Sherwood for Will Levis swap and Saleh gets his guy in Sherwood?
I have seen that theory out there. Maybe it was from you. I don't hate it. It more depends on if they plan on drafting another off-ball linebacker early, because I do think you need a second one that's quality. And I actually like Sherwood a lot more if he's your second linebacker than he's the one with the green dot. So if he's flying around the field, I do like that. But yeah, if we're like, I would say that would be like a draft day thing, unless they just really don't like Sherwood. They do it before, but like, okay, let's say they draft Jacob Rodriguez in the 2nd round or something like that. Can we turn around and flip Jamie and Sherwood for Will Levis? Like I believe they traded Zach Wilson during the draft a couple of years ago. So that would kind of be like in line with what kind of happens with like these quarterbacks as teams kind of fill out their rosters. So I'd be interested in that on the day. Like if the Jets draft an off-ball linebacker after number 2, my antenna would go up for that possibility.
If you're watching live, hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Zack Rosenblatt, who covers the Jets for The Athletic, is our guest. End of the stream today, people. Great giveaway. Signed jersey by Jets legend, Pro Football Hall of Famer Kevin Mawae. When you enter for that, you automatically are entered in our weekly raffle on Friday for the signed Curtis Martin helmet and the signed Garrett Wilson jersey. So if you have a question for Zach, write it in and gift a membership if you also want another way to qualify for the raffle. Zach, from a Muji perspective now, right? You look at all the deals, and obviously the record was brutal in year one, but all the attention was on more of the head coach than him. How would you overall assess Muji's first year? We know Glenn, was, as big of a disaster as it could be without him actually losing his job and all the changes to his staff. But just separating Glenn from Muji, just evaluating Darren Muji and the role he has had with this team so far, how would you assess his performance?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just done a really good job, like I said, in between the margins, which there's something to be said about that for a team that isn't trying to win right now. I think he hit absolute home runs with both the Quinnen and Sauce trades, which I think have aged even better as time has gone on. As you look at like the trades for these premium players, like teams are basing what they want for these guys around what Darren Muji got for Sauce Gardner and Quinnen, and the Colts look like they might be a disaster this year. Like I thought they were going to be a disaster last year. They wound up winning and then falling apart. They might be really bad next year. And so if you have 2 top 5, top 10 picks and you have that Cowboys pick, which you never know what you're going to get with the Cowboys, like they're in a great position for the future right now. The flip side of that is like, I still think it's like, we can't fully say he's an absolute star GM because he hasn't found the quarterback yet. We need to see what he can do when he has all these assets. Like, what's he going to do with this draft class? How are these free agents going to pan out? Like, he hasn't hit he hit home runs with those 2 trades, but he hasn't hit any home runs in terms of guys they've brought in. Like, they've brought in Armamembo, looks like a really good player, high draft pick. Like, you need to hit that anyway. Like, I don't think you get crazy amount of credit for hitting on a high first round pick. Jawan Briggs, really good value. Like, there's Jarvis Brownlee, good value. Stevens on up being a solid, like there hasn't been any home runs. Like, in order for me to say he's reaching the level of like GM you can bank on being your GM for the next decade, like I need to see a home run, and that would probably come in this draft if we're looking at this year because they didn't spend that much in free agency. So if Arbel Reese is a star and the guy they get at 16 is a star, then you feel really good. So he's definitely on the right path for a young GM who didn't have any experience coming in. I've been really, really encouraged for sure.
Do you think that him and Glenn are still attached together? We know Woody had the infamous line at their introductory presser that Muji was Glenn's sidekick. It doesn't feel like Muji's Glenn's sidekick, but that's me from the outside looking in. Just your thoughts on the power dynamics inside the Jet organization.
Yeah, I mean, it does feel like there's more pressure on Glenn than Muji necessarily, but I wouldn't say like, if it's a terrible season, I don't think that Muji's 100% safe either. Like I think all things are on the table at that point. Now, to your question, like, are they attached? Like, are they gonna make a decision if we fire one, we're firing both? No, I don't think so necessarily. I think they'll probably be evaluated independently of each other. But I will say, like, and I'm a victim of this sometimes too. Like we give Muji all the credit for all the good moves, and it seems like Glenn gets blamed for all the bad ones, which is probably not fair. Like Muji was involved in the conversations to sign Justin Fields and whatever you want to criticize them for. Like the guys they drafted on day 3, which most of them haven't really worked out yet. Like Glenn and Muji were a part of that, whereas they both were also a part of Membo getting drafted. So I think it's fair to say Glenn has done a good job too in terms of his evaluations. And yeah, Muji's the one making the calls. He's the one who deserves the credit for like these creative things he's doing between the margins. But in terms of like the talent evaluation and all that kind of stuff, like Glenn also does deserve credit.
Who has the final say on like the second pick in the draft? Is it Glenn or Muji?
Yeah, I mean, last year it was 100% Glenn. I haven't been able to suss out if that's changed at all. I can't imagine it's completely changed because when they hired Glenn and they gave him that huge contract, they gave it to him with the idea that he was going to wield like pretty considerable power for a guy who had never been a head coach before. So I still think it's Aaron Glenn's show, but I do think they do have a good collaboration and those guys talk every day. And, I think we'll be able to tell a little bit about what this draft class looks like because I think Glenn tends to lean more towards defensive guys. And I just wonder, based on the kind of guys they're drafting and how it lands, like, how are we going to look at it? Like, was that a Muji pick? Was that a Glenn pick kind of thing?
I did think it was interesting standing at the combine presser with you and the other guys who covered the team when Glenn noted the fact that Muji and Rick Spielman assisted in the hiring of some of these coaches. A year ago, it was the Aaron Glenn show. He was lauding his staff that he put together, didn't mention them at all being part of that process, I don't believe. So what do you make of that? Because I do think Muji is certainly more involved in a lot of different areas than maybe he was a year ago.
Yeah, the Spielman part in particular caught my ear because it's not like we'd heard his name mentioned out of the blue like that previously. And, the GM and a front office person being involved in searches for assistant coaches, I don't think is like the complete normal that everybody goes through. So it's definitely notable. I like, that's what I said. Like, I feel less like it's a sidekick thing and maybe it's closer. I don't know if it's 50-50. I still think Glenn still wields more power ultimately, but I do think it's more of a partnership than maybe it felt like a year ago is what I would say.
We're talking with Zack Rosenblatt, covers the Jets for The Athletic. Check him out on his podcast, Flight Plan, as well. Tim and our guy PK from Badlands do a great job with that. And then Zack is also a part of SNY's Jet podcast, Jets Final Drive with Connor Hughes. Comments, questions, super chats. They cut the line. As far as the other moves they have made in totality of this offseason, Zack, give me your assessment on where the Jets are at. I'm presented by FanDuel, and the Jets win total, even after some of these moves, is still hovering around 5.5, with the under 5.5 being the betting favorite. What are the Jets right now? Like, is this a fair win total, or do you think they're better than a 5.5 win team?
I do think it's fair. Like, I this still feels like a 5-6 win team to me. Like, I'm gonna say the thing that everybody's been saying, like this isn't an original thing. Like I just think everything they've done this offseason raised their floor, is what I would say. Like it didn't necessarily raise their ceiling. Like I still think if they, last year's roster on paper was better when you went into the season. You looked at Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, Jamie Sherwood, Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald coming off his best season. You bring in Stevens and Cisco on paper. It looked like he could be a good addition at safety and all the stuff they did. They bring back Breece, bring back Garrett. And then they were an absolute disaster. So I just think they brought a lot of professionals into the rooms to where I don't feel like they're only going to win 3 games this year, but can I confidently say they're going to win 7? No, I cannot. Like I don't know if I would pick the over on that bet as of today, right now. Because like the guys, Demario Davis, Minkah Fitzpatrick, David Onyemata, like these are all solid NFL players, but none of them are on the upswing of their career. They're probably on the downswing. So you're not like raising the ceiling, like I said, like the cliche that everybody's saying right now. But the floor now, it feels like they can be a competitive, competent team. And I keep saying, and this is a low bar, and you'll probably laugh at it because I know you've been very critical of them. But like the bar right now is competence. Like that's the bar they're trying to reach because they did not have that last year. And I need to see some competence from the operation, coaching, players, everything.
So how many games does the head coach need to win to save his job? Because they're kind of towing that line of, well, they have all these picks in 27, fans, media praising Darren Muji, but the head coach has got to win some games to even get there to take advantage of these picks in what is supposed to be a loaded QB class. So just kind of parse through the fine line that the Jets are trying to get through this year where they need to be improved. We also don't want to be so improved where you're maybe not in a position to get the top quarterback. How do they navigate all that?
Yeah, it's going to be fascinating. I feel like that over-under is like maybe a good baseline, but I don't have like a win total where it's like he's for sure back if he wins this many games. I don't think he's back if they win 3 again. He's probably not back if they win 4 again. At 5, like it depends on how you got to the 5. Like are they competitive throughout the season? Are they a disaster in the last 5 games again? You just really want to go into the offseason feeling better about the direction you're headed. And if the Jets don't feel better about the direction they're heading, whether that's 5 wins, 6 wins, or even 7, if you go into the offseason feeling like, yeah, we got more wins than last season, but is this the right direction? The flip side of this now is going to be they have an appealing job for whoever's like what Muji and Glenn have done is they've created appealing opening if it became open. So you have 3 first-round picks next year. You have all of your other picks. You have a significant financial cap flexibility. You have a couple young guys you're bringing in that should be solid core pieces. So it's going to be a real complicated discussion they're going to have. I think ultimately the hope is that Aaron Glenn is their coach. Like they don't want him to fail. They want him to succeed. So if he shows whatever Woody is looking for specifically, only he knows. But if he shows him what he's looking for, and I would guess that's a competitive, competent operation that looks like they're heading in the right direction and that maybe they're not a quarterback away, but they're a couple pieces away from fighting for the playoffs. Like I think he probably survives.
I feel like the start they get off to really matters with something like this because they started 0-7 last year where they were trying to win. So, like Adam Gase in his first year started 1-7. He lost all the fans, even though they went 6-2 against some bad teams and actually went 7-9 in year 1. So, like the final record that to me is obviously important, Zach, but they need to get out to a good start. Like they have to get out there and be 3-3 through 6, 4-4 through 8. They have to be competitive early. If they get off to this miserable 0-3, 0-4 start, it starts to snowball. And who's to say Woody Johnson doesn't get impatient and makes Aaron Glenn, this year's Brian Callahan?
Yeah, and I mean, also Aaron Glenn put the target on his back with Woody when he fired half his coaching staff after 1 year. Like that was a risk that he took a risk hiring those coaches in the first place. He took an even bigger risk firing all of them, replacing them with new coaches. So that's all new coaches that Woody has to pay also, in addition to the ones that he just paid to go away. So like the magnifying glass is going to be on him. He's going to be really, really hyper analyzed by everyone, both internally and externally, I would think. And if you don't see improvements, especially him taking over as defensive play caller, like that's him, taking control of the ship. And if the defense doesn't get better, then it's going to be on him, and that would be hard to survive. And so he's put a lot of pressure on himself with the way things went last year in this offseason. And like you said, like 0-7, I don't think you can survive another 0-7 start. Like I think that's pretty reasonable to say.
So now that he's calling the defense, your thoughts on his superpower?
Play call is my superpower, really.
Oh man, I did in the moment. I didn't think that quote was as big of a deal as it has become. Like I heard that and I didn't think that much of it, and then it's all anybody was talking about whenever they came up to me in Indianapolis. But I mean, we're gonna find out. Like I said, he just put the target on himself by saying that about himself. Because now, if the defense is not really good, then everybody's going to be referencing that quote, and I'm sure you're going to be bringing that graphic back a few times if that happens.
He gave us a lot at the combine, man. I mean, between that and this.
So Daniel Jeremiah's top 50 prospects as Aaron Glenn looks on for the Jets.
Christ, superpower sleeping. Aaron, wake up!
Fernando Mendoza 1. Jeremiah Love, who we'll also see on Saturday here on NFL Network.
I just get a kick out of the fact that a year ago he said he wanted them to move in silence, and here he is at the combine, which is like the start of the offseason, and like the Jets are in the headlines for something he said at a presser, and then being caught appearing to be asleep at the combine during David Bailey's 40-yard dash time.
I mean, I would just say it does seem like the noise from all that stuff from the combine has quieted down, because I do think the general reaction to their offseason so far has been pretty positive, at least from the local fan base, including yourself. I feel like you've been pretty positive on what they've done.
Yeah.
And that's the best way to quiet any kind of, noise like that. It's to run your operation better, and it's to win and be competitive in football games and not create headlines where you don't need them. And, hopefully we're heading in that direction, and we'll find out in training camp if it stays that way.
Yeah, I definitely think there's been some like optimism injected in the fan base, but this has been a thing, if you follow the Jets long enough, that the Jet fan has gone through many times. I think the difference is there's still this like giant, anchor hanging over the team because of the fan base is not believing in the head coach. Like now he really has no excuses. He has all his players. They seemingly have raised the floor at the quarterback spot alone. Geno, no matter how anyone feels about him, is a huge upgrade over Justin Fields or anyone they put out there last year. So it really comes down to the fact, like, can Aaron Glenn prove he could coach or not? Because they have a real roster now. It's not a great roster, but it's not an expansion level roster. Like you could truly evaluate Aaron Glenn as a head coach, because many people want to say, oh, the last 5 games they played Brady Cook, who cares? Well, then I'd say, well, when they were trying to win, they started 0-7. He looked in over his head for a lot of the year. So now you get a real full-on opportunity to evaluate the guy. And if it doesn't work, he's not going to be here. Like if they win 5 or 6 games, he's not going to survive that. There's no way Woody Johnson would have put up with that for another season.
Yeah, I mean, look, like you said, I was pretty critical of him throughout last season, especially towards the end. Like I thought, with how bad it started, I still thought you had to give him a chance to see how he looked in the second half of the season, and give him a full 17 games to decide if he's the right guy to keep going forward with and all that kind of stuff. And there was that little short stretch there where they looked like they were better and more competent, and then it fell apart. And by the end of the season, there wasn't really much to hang your hat on. And so now we're going into the offseason. They've done a lot of different things. They've changed a lot of things. I've been encouraged by a lot of their decisions, including some of the coaching hires and his decision to take over play calling. But at the end of the day, it's all offseason BS. It's all going to be offseason BS in training camp, or everybody will buy themselves back in, or they won't. But at the end of the day, like if they go out in week one and they have a stinker, it's going to be a really long season. And if they go out in week one and they play like they did last year in week one, where things will be off to a little bit better start, and then hopefully you don't lose the next 6 games after that. So.
No doubt. Jet fans will always remember that Justin Fields' week 1 performance that unfortunately didn't even lead to a win that day. Comments, questions, super chat for Zach. A couple minutes left with him here. And I wanted to ask you about the draft because obviously they've improved the roster and they're about to really infuse some big-time talent into the roster with 4 picks in the top 44. As we sit here right now, based on what the Jets have done in free agency, Zach, give us like the ideal scenario for how they could use these 4 picks in the top 44.
I'd say, it's cliche, but like literally just taking the best players are the ones with the highest ceiling. I don't love going into a draft feeling like you have to draft for a need. And right now it does feel like they need to a little bit with wide receiver, but there are enough good wide receivers. I think they can get away with it. So if you come out of the first round with Arvell Reese and like Mekhi Lemon or even Jordan Tyson, I think you feel really good about that. And then those first 2 picks in the second round, maybe you trade back, you pick up another pick. But I think you just load up on talented players, offensive linemen, defensive linemen, premium position, just like really just try and aim and swing for the fences to a little bit while also getting guys that can contribute right away. Like this is a roster that is desperate for, high level talent that can show it this year. Like they can't really afford to draft projects necessarily. Like you can't, that's why Ty Simpson doesn't make sense to me as a first round pick because I just don't think they can afford to pick him in the first round and he doesn't play a single snap in his rookie year or whatever. They need to draft guys who are going to contribute this year while also drafting guys that could be long-term Pro Bowl caliber, cornerstone guys. And so what does that look like? I don't know exactly, but those 4 picks, if you get Arvell Reese, you get a receiver, and then the other 2 are, I don't know, another pass rusher and a defensive back or something like that. I think you feel pretty good.
If Ty Simpson's there at 33, do you think the Jets would take him?
That's a good question. I'd be tempted. That's where I'm like a little more okay with it because then you don't feel the pressure to play him or, you feel a little better about that value. I still don't know for sure. Like maybe that's a spot where they convince somebody to trade up and get him. I don't know what they think about Ty Simpson because if the argument would be if you like him at like 16 to 32 range, like why not trade up and get him or draft him there just plainly? So I don't know. I go back and forth. I lean no, but I could see them taking him at 33, I would say.
It's going to be fascinating. And one more, I know you and Connor Hughes have been reporting on Breece Hall. Sounds like talks are going well to a point where even though they use the tag, is it fair to expect a deal to actually get done before the season starts? What's your level of optimism with a Breece extension?
I think both sides are motivated to get a deal done. I don't think it'll happen anytime soon. I really think Muji likes to focus on this part of the season on free agency and the draft. And then once you get past that, like that's when you saw him do the Garrett and Sauce contracts last year. So if this happens, I don't think it'll happen until June, July, but I think both sides want a deal. I don't have as much confidence as Connor that it like for sure it happens. Like I do see a scenario. I can see a scenario where Breece plays on the tag, but I think ultimately both sides know it's best for both of them if he signs a long-term deal. And the question is like, how high are the Jets willing to go? Like, do you really want to pay, the Kenneth Walker contract, like $15 million a year for a running back? Like that, there's some risk attached to that. But like from Breece's perspective, like why would he accept anything less than that? So it's a really interesting negotiation. And my guess would be that Muji wants to come out of it with a contract that's kind of like the Sauce or Garrett ones, where they're big, but it's not impossible to get out of them after a year or two if you feel like you can get some value there. So I'm sure that's where the impasse is. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have like 100% confidence. I'd say I'm like 60-40 that it gets done before camp.
Last one. I know you're an Arizona Wildcats fan.
Yeah, right there.
How's their outlook in the tournament? I know they're a 1 seed. You confident that they're going to be a team that could cut down the nets?
I mean, at this point, I'm never confident that they're going to cut down the nets because they disappoint me every year. Every year you go and I'm starting to get talked into it again. And I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Because everybody's saying they have the best path to the championship. If it was ever going to happen, it's this year. They have like 4 first-round picks on their team. Like I really like their team, like the path they can take, but I'm not ready to predict it. I just can't bring myself to believe they're going to actually do it. So.
Zach, I appreciate you hopping on. Plug the podcast that you do with Paul and the Badlands crew, Flight Plan. Tim McAllister does an awesome job with that, so want to give you an opportunity to mention that to the audience. Yeah,
we got Flight Plan on Badlands with Tim and Paul Kilgallen. we record like once a week this time of the year, unless there's an emergency pod. I'm not sure when we're recording this week. And then Jets Final Drive we do every Monday. Me and the terrible Connor Hughes talk for an hour. So me and him got into some pretty heated arguments today. So recommend listening. And then all my content's at The Athletic. So
appreciate you hopping on, Zach. Enjoy the NCAA tournament, and maybe more importantly, good luck at Jury Duty tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
Zack Rosenblatt with us there. Comments, questions, super chats. They will cut the line. Reminder, we got a draft party coming, baby. We're going to Pittsburgh on April 23rd. RSVP. If you're coming, it's free to go to the draft, and it's free to attend our party at McFadden's. I'll be doing the show from there during the day. I'll be there at night after the Jets make their picks, doing a live reaction show to whatever the Jets do that night. It will be an absolute blast. RSVP if you haven't done so already. All right, we just had a membership explosion. I said it before. We're giving away an awesome jersey today. End of the stream, Kevin Mawai signed jersey is the prize. And we got a 5 spot from the Lumpman, the first to enter the raffle by gifting 5.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
Lumpy, as always, thank you for your support. Speaking of crazy, this man has been on a rampage supporting the show and the community. He won a signed Namath helmet in the Asmaniac raffle the other day. Will he win another signed item? Cisco Lopez with a 20 spot of gifted channel membership. Sound the alarms. Let's go. Got my helmet on. I got 20 names to read from Cisco Lopez. If you hear your name called, thank Cisco for making you an Asmaniac channel member. Ahmad Ruli, Spawns 5018, Daniel MJ, Rasta Dread 305, Rafaeli Moss, Miss Peachy Brown, New York Smoking Lounge, Da Miser, Common Country, Fast for Life, Tammy C, Blizz Marley, Firefighter 845. Wait, there's more. Taylor Sterling, who's a Glenn bootlicker. Travis Garnett, Ghost Player, Charlie XK55, Amir Dinair, Alan has gonorrhea, First Class Agency, Ofino, J Quest wants to make sweet and passionate love to Leanie, R Tillo Son, all receiving a gifted membership from Cisco Lopez. Let's go, Cisco. You are the man. That's what it's all about. Cisco, you're the man. Good luck. You are in the Asmaniac raffle for 20. All right, we have Asmaniac Madness to get to, and then I'm going to read some super chats, and I certainly want to hear from you on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline. Here's where things stand as we continue to make our way through each region in the opening round of 64. We're making our way through, folks. We did the inside-outside region. Now we're getting through the Dangerous Alliance region. Ladies and gentlemen, here's where things stand currently inside the Dangerous Alliance region. Lenie knocked out the Beast. Thunderlips defeated Pork of the Morning. So the round of 32 will feature 16 versus 9. The 5 versus 4 matchup is now set in the region in the round of 32. Adam is too cool with a win on Saturday, and earlier today, Papa Jet in a blowout defeated Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. So now here's where things stand. The 6 versus 11 battle is about to get underway. Philly Noodles and Australian Jets fan. The 6 seed Noodles, the 11 seed AJF. And AJF was unable to call in because, well, he's in Australia, so the time difference is insane. But he was kind enough to submit this video before we open up voting. Enjoy.
If I advance to the next round, I'll hit the Jets chant as loud as I can in the middle of the street next time I call in at 3 a.m. So vote for me, Australian Jets fan, in Asmaniac Madness. Also, I heard the Jets need a quarterback. Wide 80, set, hut.
Touchdown. Jets win the Super Bowl. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a strong video there from Australian Jet fan. And now, you know what time it is. It's time to vote. Voting for Asmaniac Madness is underway. Vote, vote, vote. This is a tough one. Two great Asmaniacs going at it. Someone's got to win. Tomorrow morning on the show, it's Mad Max and James B, the 3 versus 14. And tomorrow afternoon, when I get done with radio, it's the Lumpman, the 7 seed, against Johnny Boy, the number 10 seed. So that's what's coming up. But right now, you vote in the 6 versus 11 matchup. I'm going to get to the super chats. I'm going to get to your calls. But I'd be remiss if I didn't play this video, because for those of you who missed it, history with an exclamation point. Let's take you back to a show we did on Saturday where greatness happened. Ladies and gentlemen, have no fear. The Beast is here.
La Puerta Negra. There you go. Chick-fil-A. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you guys doing today? Good, 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 good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen of the grand jury, let's get the number 1 Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
Are you going to do it as a meal?
Hell yeah. That's Dr. Jason Allen Storm. The old-fashioned doctor, good old Dr. Pepper. That's man trick.
All right, 1062 is our
Don't worry, I'll
today.
take good care of you. Give me a second here or two.
Did you want any Chick-fil-A sauce barbecue?
Buffalo.
Buffalo sauce? How much?
That's the man sauce. Every other sauce, that's a little too weak for me. That's not good enough.
So just one buffalo sauce?
Hell yeah, that's man sauce. Don't you guys got like a little thing here where I could maybe put a tip in?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, damn.
Jay Quest said if Beast would have had this call yesterday, I would have voted for him. Barbarossa, why didn't he do this yesterday? This was a call that would have won you a Asmaniac Madness round. Beast,
Okay,
how much was it?
1086. Oh, that's it? Holy crap! That's fast. That's what I call service. Yesterday was not in the best of moods because it was too cold, and plus that wind yesterday was nuts.
Hey, Beast, check your Venmo.
Holy.
1086. Hey, check your Venmo. You just got paid $10.
I will.
Listen, I book comedians for a living. I don't think there's someone funnier than Beast that I've ever met in my life. I mean, he is unbelievable. So, Jake, this is what I want to do. When you do the Asmaniac meetup, I am going to fly Beast home there. I'm paying for the flight. As long as he comes, I'm buying that flight. We got to get him to MetLife. Whatever town, I don't care if it's Australia, wherever you do it, I am flying Beast in. This guy just has to meet the rest of the fans. I know so many people that watch the show that just want to meet Beast. They're like, they don't care about anything else except Beast. He is hilarious.
Don't put pickles on a damn chicken sandwich. That's annoying. I'm not the pickle person. Here's the thing I like. Burgers, Gordon Ramsay way. Mayonnaise, top and bottom. Burger, cheese, bacon, lettuce.
Amazing. You can't make it up. All right, couple super chats and right to your calls. Load them up on the Gustbuster hotline. Zedward says, take edge or linebacker at 2, take O-line at 16. Again, I prefer a receiver at 16 than taking a guard at 16, but I understand the Penn State guard, Ione Vega, is really good. I just don't know if I want to do it that high. We'll see who's there when they're picking, though. Benjamin Jarvis says Geno will be back to top 7 this year. I don't think Geno was ever top 7. I think he was like between maybe like 10 and 15 at his very best a couple of years ago. I think he was an above average quarterback. Think about it. There's 32 teams in the league. If you're better than the 17th best quarterback, you're around average. Doc says, is there a guy or two that got away in free agency for you? For me, I would have liked a second pass-catching tight end, Isaiah Likely, or linebacker, Leo Chanel. I was actually going to say Chanel because I looked at the contract he got. I didn't think it was that egregious. He signed with the Commanders. I mean, $6.5 million signing bonus, $12.4 million guaranteed. His cap hit this year is 4.3. 27, it's 9.9. 2028 is 10.4. Cap goes up every year. I didn't think Leo Chanel's contract was anything crazy. $24.75 million. Like, I don't know. I thought the Jets could have done that, but maybe that lends to the fact that they're probably going to draft a linebacker. Even if they take Reese, like, who's to say they don't take Allen from Georgia, pick 33, for example. Jet Nation says, Jake, you'd flip out if they only won 5 games, you'd want him out. Did I ever say I want 5 games? If the Jets win 5 games, yeah, Glenn should be fired. It won't be me who wants him out. Anyone with a brain should want him out. You want Aaron Glenn, who's won 8 games through 2 years, to be in charge of taking a rookie quarterback? No way. Hire an offensive coach or a proven coach if it's not going to be the offensive guy. Mike Tomlin looked pretty good at the Garden last night, I will say. Sean Bennett says, what up, Flemtioids? Sean, thank you for the $2. I don't know what that means. Zedward says, Olaloni, left guard, number 16 pick, finish the O-line. How many first-round picks do you need to put into your offensive line? Can't you just have guys who are well-coached that can coach guys up? You've invested so much into your O-line. Vega Ioni's really good. I just don't want to continue to have to use premium assets. It's the 16th pick in the draft. Get an impact player, premium position. Take another pass rusher before I take another guard. Take a receiver. Sean Bennett. So who's our next possible Pro Bowler? Garrett Wilson's never made a Pro Bowl. He's the answer. Big fella says, trust in Muji. Never a doubt. Muji has done his job better than Glenn at this point, but we got to see more. But I'm encouraged with what we have seen from the Mooj. Mooj. Big fella says, happy birthday to the lovely Roseanne Gorman. Wow, happy birthday to Charles Gorman's mother. That's fantastic. Happy birthday, Mama Gorman. All right, let's get to your call, shall we? He's in action right now in Asmaniac Madness. Philly Noodles in the leadoff spot. Philly, you're up first. Right now, you're going to need to make a strong pitch. It is 51-49. Australian Jets fan with a slight lead.
I saw that video. That video, I'm not even going to lie, that was pretty dope, dude. That was hilarious. Shout out to the kid making his steak out there to beat me. You know what, man? That shit was funny as hell. But what do I got to say is, I don't know, man. I'm just always out here with some pretty good takes, some bad takes, some great takes, some funny takes, some angry takes, some upsetting takes. People don't like my takes. But you know what? I'm always here. You know what I mean? Rain, sleet, sunshine, no matter what time, I'm on. I'm always on, always going to be on. Don't matter what point of the season we're in. I'm always on here. I'm going to be out here making my takes, making my fights out there. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Everybody just vote for me if you can. I appreciate it. I love it. It's all fun.
I love the call, man. And you know, I think the world of you. You're a longtime listener, longtime caller. So win or lose, man, great job by you.
Yes, sir. Let's keep it going.
Philly Noodles checking in. Vote, vote, vote for your chance to determine who advances to the next round. Australian Jet fan, 53-47 now with the lead. Wow, strong performance so far, and he's on the line. What time is it in Australia, AJF?
It's 8 a.m. Which it's not like it's early, but it's not like crazy early. But
well, you called in this morning. It was 3 a.m. your time. You got 5 hours of sleep.
I know, but you know that's what you got to do if you wanna be one of the greats. If you want to make it in Asmaniac Madness, that's what you got to do. I don't know if you can see it in my eyes, but I am very tired. But I'm gonna be awake for the rest of the show at least, and then I will probably take a nap. But these are the hours that you have to put in.
Where did you get that helmet?
My dad got it. It's my dad's helmet.
And your dad, I think you might have told this story on the air before. That helmet is how old?
I think like 20-something years old.
Wow.
It'd be over 20 years old, easily. And
he got it when he was visiting New York?
I assume so, yes. I don't know when else he would have gotten it, so I'm 99% sure that's when he got it. But yeah, I would just like to, you know, thank you for the opportunity, you know, to make my Asmaniac Madness debut. It's going to be an uphill battle, a tough battle. Philly Noodles is a valiant opponent, but I'm going to do my best to beat him. So if anyone can vote Australian Jets fan, I will be forever grateful. And yeah, I feel like I definitely have something else to say, but my brain isn't really ticking yet.
What jersey are you wearing? He's got the G5 on. Love it.
I'm not wearing the 69 jersey from my video. If I win, I might pull it back out and start wearing it more often. But oh yeah, now I remember what I was gonna say. I'm devoted. I call in at 3 a.m. I call in from my home in the morning. I call in from the club. I call in from university. It doesn't matter where I am. I will call in if I get the chance. And that's why I think you should vote for me.
It's a strong pitch. I appreciate your effort. The video you sent me was great. And if you're going to be watching the show, stick around. All right, we'll see how things play out, but we'll bring you back in if need be.
All right, thank you, Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, AJF.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
What a battle here. Philly Noodles, Australian Jet fan, 6 versus 11. That's what's on the line today, folks. Open phone lines. For those of you who want in, we are raffling away a Kevin Mougey jersey at the end of this stream. Sean Bennett checks in. In all truth, I'm only drunk 2 days out of the week. I live with a woman. You think she'd actually deal with a full-time drunk? LOL. Now, Sean will be in battle in the 8-9 battle between him and Andrew C. The Dream. That's in the grown-ass man region. I'm looking forward to that one. It's J-Quest's birthday today as well. Happy birthday to J-Quest. Thanks for the reminder there, Rick Kent. All right, hit the like button if you guys are just tuning in. Need you all to subscribe to the channel. A lot of you want in on the conversation, which is great, but we have not heard from this guy in a very long time. I know he's been rehabbing his injury. I'm excited to hear how he's doing. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time since he was even in the Asmaniac Madness tournament, it's time for a little Cho session. Gator says, I think Big Cho might need an intro.
Big Cho. Yeah, it's nice. I like my recliner. No, I just called to check in. Big Cho. I don't like all those wrinkles on my head. I don't have that many wrinkles. We're talking about Big Cho. My implants are coming in 3 months.
The Kardashian ones?
I put the jet gear on for you. Been running some errands early. Came home just chilling. Big Cho. Jake.
Big Cho.
How you doing, big fella?
Big Cho. I'm great, Cho. How are you?
I'm doing well. Still rehabbing, doing outpatient now. Neck still bothering me some. Nerve pain from the back's gone, so that's good. Appreciate everybody reaching out and praying for me. I get some texts from people like Kyle and some other folks that reach out. They got my number when I was at the meetup at the Jets game, so I appreciate them reaching out to me.
We're talking about Big Cho.
Disappointing weekend. Catawba basketball. We got upsetted in the regional NCAA tournament on Saturday. We were the 3rd seed, lost to the 6th seed by 3 points, even though we were up 9 at halftime. Just kind of fell apart. So it was disappointing because I felt like we were going to win that tournament and go to the Elite Eight, which is held in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Big Cho.
Well, now that you're able to call in, Big Cho, and your season for Catawba is over, are we going to see more of you going forward?
Yes, sir. I apologize. I haven't been able to call in as much just with rehab and basketball, but I should be able to call in like I called in before. Plus, isn't the tournament based on what you did the following year?
It's what you've done over the last year. So that's why, Big Cho, you're a 4 seed because you've been a great caller over the past year. And you got quite the battle in the opening round, the 4 versus 13 grown-ass man region, you versus Jason in Jerusalem.
Okay. Well, I'm the 4th seed. That's not bad.
Big Cho.
It's big time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Last year I was a 15th seed. That's just because I just started calling in January.
That's right.
So that's not bad at all. So hopefully people will take into account all my calls from last year and coming all the way from North Carolina to the meetup for the Jets game. And I called in the day after my operation. Well, actually, after my operation, I actually called that night.
Big Cho.
So I feel like I'm a dedicated guy.
When I think of dedication, I think of you, Big Joe.
Do you?
Absolutely.
So I'll be able to call more. We got to end the season with end of the year meetings with the players. And then get going here in the next 2 weeks. I think it's a 2-week dead period after your season ends before you can start workouts again. And then recruiting starts up in April. But I still will be able to call in. And even though I don't get to call in as much as I like to in the past, I still listen to the show. Maybe not live, but I watch it on my TV. The replay. So I'm still here in spirit. Big Joe!
What have been your thoughts on the moves the Jets have made, Big Joe?
I feel like we're doing the same old thing that we always do, and that is we always win the off season, which is a good thing. Now we just got to win in season, and I would be happy. Jets, 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 Jets. I mean, what do you think? Don't we win the off season every year?
Usually the Jets do win the offseason.
I'm glad to see Fields go.
Big Joe.
So I didn't like that pickup at all. So I was glad to see him go. I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to do in the draft. If we're going to draft
Big Joe.
quarterback in the later round, or if we're going to wait and we're definitely going to draft the quarterback in 27. So I'm looking forward to that, but I think we'll do okay. I mean, sometimes I'm over optimistic about this. I mean, I think we should win 8 or 9 games last year, and what we went 4.
3.
We won 3.
Big Joe.
I thought we'd win 8 or 9 because I was in favor of having Glenn as the coach. But I'm like you, you said if he only wins 5 games next year, he shouldn't be back for a third year, especially when you're trying to mentor a first-round quarterback. Big Joe!
I agree, Big Joe. I agree.
Hey, do you know when my matchup is? Do you know?
I don't. You probably have about another 2 weeks, though. Week and a half or so. We get through about a region every week.
Okay. I think I heard the Beast got upsetted.
Oh, yes, he did.
He got knocked out in the first round last year.
He did.
He was a 2 seed, wasn't he, or a 1 seed?
He was a 2 seed last year. This year, he was a 1 seed.
How come? I'm a Beast fan. I love Beast. Big Joe. He's a good guy, man. He always has nice things to say to me. He's always I have to laugh because he's always giving me medical advice about my ailments.
Big Joe.
But I always like his takes. I like his calls. I think he's funny. I think he'd be a good stand-up guy.
Don't let go of the rope. What rope are you talking about? This whole team looks like it's shot to shit. Who the hell do you think you are? I am.
Beast Breaker joins us now. Beast, would you like to talk to Big Joe?
A little bit. I got problems on my right side of my back.
What's up,
Cold
Beast?
weather.
I'm sorry I heard you upset it in the Asmaniac Madness. What happened?
It was a setup and a scam job.
Oh,
I don't
well,
want to talk about it. Go to another caller, please. Not right now.
I definitely have voted for you.
I understand that. Go to another caller.
Are you okay, Beast? Beast?
Lower back right into my spine. So it's like, you ever have lightning bolts go off at full force going?
Yep. Been there, done that.
Yep. And Now I'm feeling the major effects. Go to another call. Give me a couple of minutes. All right, I need time to get this done. Go to another caller.
Hey, my computer just froze, B. Stand by.
Son of a bitch. I'm going to tell you guys something right now. We're not done yet. Justin Fields, can we all say this? Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. That's a sign of goodbye, Justin. Good luck in Kansas City. We don't need you here. Goodbye. And enjoy that $3 million what you're going to get in life, because you're still a B-U-M. That spells for bum. Or better yet, you should be bagging groceries somewhere at a local grocery store, you cheapskate. How you doing, Joe?
What's up, Beast? I'm glad. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear you feeling bad.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something when you know about the cold weather. Cold weather and me do not get friendly. I could get used to 30, 40, and 50, but not 20s and 10s. 20s and 10s will kick your ass real fast. And I'll tell you why. When you get older, it's going to take a full effect on you. It's going to knock you for a loop. And you won't like it, but that's life. You just got to go with it. That's all part of growing up. You grow up, you get old, and then you sooner or later you wind up in a casket. That's life.
Good job.
Oh, I know. I'm older than you.
Yeah, I understand that, Big Joe. But so, are you happy that Justin's gone?
Big Joe.
Who keeps playing that Big Joe thing?
Probably Jake.
Big Joe.
That one's not bad. I like that one. That one's nice.
Big Joe.
Okay, that one sounds a little okay. So, how do you feel about Justin leaving? You feel good about this?
Yeah, I'm glad he's leaving. I guess Gino's going to be the starter then on week 1, right?
I think so. But unfortunately, here's what's going to have to happen. He better produce. Because if he doesn't produce, you imagine what people are going to do to his head?
Can you hear me?
They're going to unscrew his head. And they're going to shit down his neck.
They wrote me off. I ain't right back, though.
We'll see about that. We will see about that.
Who's going to back him up?
What happened?
Who's going to back him up?
The question is, we'll have to see who the decision makers are. It's going to come down to several names. Batman Bane is another. Batman's one of them. Mendoza's another, and maybe a few other names are going to probably be in the name of a hat. We'll have to see. And we'll have to take it from here. Oh, this freaking sucks.
I hope
I'll tell you. Oh, don't worry. We're supposed to warm up anyway. We're supposed to warm up on Wednesday. We're supposed to crank it up into the 40s, and then later into the week, we're supposed to get into the 60s, which is weird. That's fine.
Here on Thursday.
Where are you located at?
I'm in Charlotte, in Kannapolis. I'm right outside of Charlotte. Right outside of Charlotte.
Oh, I know where you're at. You're in Ric Flair country, North Carolina.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
The return of Big Joe. Outstanding. Big Joe, calling again soon, my man. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what has gotten into our guy Sean, but the Asmaniac community is benefiting. A 20 spot from Sean Bennett. Let's go, Sean. 20 gifted membership.
Get your ass off my super chats. Some of these are gifted memberships too.
Hey.
The hell with it.
Sean Bennett hit the Gustbuster. It is raining channel memberships. 20 of you just got gifted a channel membership courtesy of Sean Bennett. Here we go, Sean. Shout out to you. You're on the raffle for 20. Joshua Williams, David Nieves, Jetlight, JDRM, Hey Nows, Michael Big Castrata, Pete Steaks, J5 Evs, Light M Up, The Return of Cho, Hey Now 87, J Pen 4, Alan Has Gonorrhea, Saint Bernard, Izzy Miyagi, Vladdy P Goat, Jonathan Rapp, Bronx Pharaoh Queen, Middle Gator, Sun E Days, Wesley Gates, all receiving a gifted membership from Sean Bennett. Sean, you're the man. Let's go. Hit the Jet chant for him. Sean Bennett. Shout out to you, Sean. That's awesome. Really appreciate your support. We also got a super chat from Sean. 4 more gifted membership. Where's Mom's Meatloaf Beast? He writes in. Ladies and gentlemen.
Nunchy. Wiki.
Beast, you have any
Up
meatloaf
your
from Mother?
Sean. Up your Sean. I don't give a rat. That's what you want. Why don't you go eat a bag of turds while you're at it?
I don't think that was a negative slight, Beast.
He can go eat shit for all I care.
Maybe he was genuinely asking about Mom's
meatloaf.
meatloaf.
To do with a low-life, drunk-ass piece of crap who drinks his life away and probably going to end up dead at age 50 somewhere.
Tell everybody, please respect your elders. That's all.
All right. Strong stuff there from the Beast. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan in the raffle for 1. Derek, always appreciate you. All right. Who's ready for the debut of a brand new intro to honor what was a historic achievement in Asmaniac history? The first ever 16th seed to defeat a 1 is on the line.
Is this Mike D's nuts?
No, it's Queen Lenie. The silver hair beauty. She loves the Jets. Lenie used 1 punch to take down the beast. Queen Lenie is the best. The Asmaniac home pass. It's Queen Lenie.
I can't breathe. That was the best thing.
I hadn't seen it either, to be honest, lady. I didn't know what was going to be coming there. I just trusted Gator for better or worse.
Oh my God, Gator. You're a genius. That was freaking hysterical. I love it. Oh gosh, sorry. I couldn't breathe. That was great. Okay, the reason I'm calling, 1, I'm glad Justin Fields is gone. I wish it would have worked out, but at least we got something for him. So I'm kind of glad about that. And I did not see Saturday's, the full show. My grandchildren came to visit and stuff. So I kind of just saw a little bit that you show about Beast at Chick-fil-A. That was who I was asking for. Where was Beast? Where was that Beast? I'd like to know. That's
I'm
what
with
I
you,
kept
Lenie.
saying. Beast, come on, come after me. Let's go. You probably would have beat my ass if you were, in a better mood that day.
That's the thing. You never know what version of Beast you're going to get. You got him when he was all pouty and angry, and you took care of him. But the Chick-fil-A Beast, that would have been a fun back and forth.
Yes, it would have. So I don't know if he wants to talk to me at all, if he's still mad at me or not. But there was something I wanted to say to him. If he doesn't want to, I'll respect him, but I'm going to say it anyway. But I just didn't know if he wanted to come on while I talked to him for a minute.
Let's find
Don't
out.
let go of the rope. What rope are you talking about? This whole team looks like it's shot to shit. Who the hell do you think you are? I am.
Beast?
Hi.
Friday, it was terrible. Friday was terrible. The winds were at 50 miles an hour. That wind was terrible. You think I'm going to go in bad conditions? That's not a chance. Always remember, read the papers. Read the papers. Read the conditions. If you don't read the paper or you don't follow through, then forget about it.
All right,
Okay,
great.
well, I didn't
great.
know you
Thank
were having bad weather. We're having bad weather here. So
Well,
we're in a
where
tornado
I live-
watch and all
Where
that
I live
stuff.
is a joke. And to all you haters out there, you can kiss my ass because I got nothing to say to none of you.
Oh, all right, Beast. Well, can I talk now? Can you just listen?
Go ahead, please. It's all yours. You can have it.
Okay,
Not
thank you.
just a rat's
All
ass
right,
about my,
what I
my
wanted,
ass
what I
anyway.
wanted, okay, what I wanted to do, I felt bad that you were in a bad mood and you weren't into the battle. And I know little Joey was sick. My daughter, when she was younger, had a guinea pig too. So they have a special place in my heart. I love guinea pigs. So what I wanted to do, I don't know if you realize this was weeks ago before I got sick and was in the hospital. I actually won a prize on Jake's wheel. And I asked some of the Asmaniacs, to vote, who should I give it to? I'd like to pay it forward. And most people said that I should keep it. So I haven't done anything with it yet because being sick and all, I just haven't gotten a chance to tell Jake. But what I did, I won a Jet jersey. It could either be Corbett, I think it was Martin, Johnson, and Namath. I think there might have been one more. Jake would have to let you know. But I wanted to see, just to make you feel better with everything with Joey, I would like to give you that prize. So if you don't want it, that's fine. I'll keep it. I'll respect whatever you want. But if you would like, you can have my gift and pick whatever Jet jersey you'd like.
It's a Jet jersey, Beast.
Well,
a Jets Legends jersey. Namath, Klecko, Corbett, Mangold, Revis, Keyshawn. Leanie nailed it.
I have Martin. Corbett would be the second number 2 on the list of ammunition to go after. I think Corbett would actually be the right answer because I'm looking for the whole 98 team. And I'm talking the whole 98 team. Testaverde, Corbett, Johnson, Martin, and
so here's what you do, Beast. You say, thank you, Leanie. That's really nice of you.
Oh, Leanie, here you go.
Say it.
I got a thumbs up. Oh, okay.
Thank you very much indeed. But leave a message. I'm about to go put some ice on my back because all this here is too tight.
All right. Well, feel better, Beast. And thank you for coming on and accepting my gift. Thank you very much. I know you're probably still mad at me, but
Leanie, you're the best. I'll make sure that we get a Beast jersey sent out.
What happened was that was a scam job.
A scam job? What do you mean, Beast?
I could always smell a psyop job from miles away. See, MacGyver used to do something like this called figure out who scammed who and fucking diarrhea. Cha cha cha.
Leanie, amazing gesture. Thank you. I'll make sure we get him a Wing Corbett jersey.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, everybody.
Queen Leanie.
Is this Mike D's nuts?
No, it's Queen Leanie, the silver hair beauty. She loves the Jets. Leanie used one punch to take out the beast. Queen Leanie is the best. The Asmaniac home pass. It's Queen Leanie.
Ah, what an intro. Gator, amazing job with that one. That's brilliant. Hey, huge shout out to the Squirter. That's got to be a real name. Go Jets, baby, says the Squirter. I don't know how YouTube allows some of these, but
calm your freaky down.
Henny writes in, I vote OG Leanie to go all the way. Leanie could do some real damage in this tournament, folks. I'm telling you.
Jets, Jets.
Speaking of damage, everyone cover your eyes.
I'm putting Icy Hot on my back. This stuff right here. This is the good stuff. This actually works. This will take off the pain and the blemishes. Ooh, that feels good. That.
Hell, stop. Stop.
Oh, Lumpy.
Hey, how you doing?
Putting it on my back. It's cool.
Dude. Cover it up.
Don't worry about it. I'm okay. I'm just putting it on my back.
My eyes.
That felt a lot better.
Yeah, I don't. I'm glad you feel better, Beast.
Stuff, Lumpy. You ever get this?
No,
stuff?
I don't use. No, I use Ben Gay. No, I'm kidding.
That stuff works like a charm. $1.
All right. Make sure you get your votes in. This is a close one right now. 58-42. Upset Bruin, the 11th seed, Australia Jet fan leading Philly Noodles. More of your calls right now, since we just saw him, and I saw him going like this, being horrified over the Beast blubber. Let's give him an actual call down.
My name is Lumpy, not Lumpy. I'm not De Niro. Just call me Lumpy. I had a mullet the last time the Jets were winners. Don't call me Lumpy, 'cause I'm friggin' Lumpy.
Wow. There we go. Listen, Beast, you got to look out. Lenie's got a nice right cross, you know. You got to look out for that. And I got knocked out last year by her. So, and now she's got this awesome, I mean, Gator's the man. She's got this awesome intro, and it's just hysterical. It's great. Love that stuff, you know. Asmaniac Madness going strong. You can see it. It's fun. I love this stuff. You know, Jake, I love it. This is all what I'm about, you know. Then
You ready for tomorrow? Tomorrow afternoon, you and Johnny Boy?
Yeah, put me up another nice guy, right? Everybody's nice you put me up against, you know? So, listen, it is what it is. It's great. Johnny Boy's a great caller. And, yeah, I'm ready, you know? It is what it is. I hope people vote for me. If they don't, it's all good. I'll still be watching. I'll still be giving gift memberships and everything else I do and to support the Jake Asman show. In fact, I support in solidarity, Jake. Wait. Now I'm supporting in solidarity. Sorry, I had to do that to you.
You're the man, Lumpy.
So anyway, talking about a little Jets. Can we talk Jets or no? Because this is fun. We can go
You can talk whatever you want to talk about.
All right. So listen, we've seen this act before, right? We were all JD abound. We all like JD, what he was doing.
Yep.
It's all about the quarterback. This is a total different team from last year for sure. This team is not last year's team. People got to recognize that. They're building it what seems like what Paul Sell says when he first got on. He did horrible the first year. He said, screw this. I'm going to do things my way, right? He said, I'm going to go out my way. If I'm going to go out, I'm going to go out my way. And I think that this is what they're doing. I don't like that Woody kind of like angst of what Glenn wanted to do on defense with the coaching. But you know what? It probably is better for us, which what we think from the outside. But we don't know. But it's a different team. And we're going to see different results, and it better be better results. But Muji still has to hit on that quarterback. He already struck once on strike once. Is that what it is? On Fields. And then the fact that he got something out of Fields. What did we get out of Zach last year? What did we get as a return?
It was like pick swaps, like day 3, like pick swaps.
Right. So I think he did a better job this year than we got from Zach, right? And Zach has an upside supposedly at that time. But, I think he did a great job. He's doing the right things. This was what going on last year, too. Like, we weren't all bought in, but he was doing the right things. But it's a totally different team. I like the attitude of the team, of the people that he's bringing in. He's not doing these splash things, but he's building a foundation, which is what I've been saying for years, which we needed to do. And I'm loving it. I really am. I'm loving Devontae Sweat. I think he's going to be a beast for us. I really do. I think he's going to be I love the Jets, and I love the Jets defense. You know, you talk about the sack exchange and all that stuff. We've always been known for that, and I hope it comes back to fruition. That was such an embarrassment last year that I hope that we just smack everybody in the mouth and then everybody forgets about it. Win, lose, I just want to see that. I want to see our defense just smack people around. That's really what I'm looking for.
Amen. Lumpy, you're the man. Great call as always.
Love you guys.
The Lump Man, check it in. Excellent call. He's in action against Johnny Boy tomorrow. Vote, vote, vote in our battle going on right now. Let's continue with your calls. Some great Asmaniacs are on the line.
Sean, he wears batshit crazy glasses. Spikes his football in the toilet. He might be a little drunk. 3D Gary thinks the guy is a midwit. Is that a Cybertruck on his face? Let's ask Sean Sugator.
What's up, Sean?
Finally, Jake, man. Finally, I got you on.
What's going on, Sean? I appreciate you calling in, man. Thanks for gifting all the memberships to the community as well.
I'm a giver, you know. I'm like Prometheus of the fan group. No, I wish I could give more. I really would.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for your support every day.
I want to talk about the upcoming draft, because after all the inquiring new free agents that were gathered by Muji and Glenn, I just want to say basically I still think Arvell Reese is a good possibility to be the second pick.
Agreed. I think he will be the second pick.
Yeah. And I want a receiver, man. We need a receiver too. And I think in the draft we'll get one. I really do. And I think Lemon and some other kid we're thinking about, Tate from Ohio State, if he's still there at 16, would be a good acquire. And Jake, I promise you, I am not that drunk.
Are you drunk right now?
I mean, I've been drinking, you know. Honestly, I don't drink like you guys think I do. I call in like every so often when I do, because let's be real, you know, I use it as a how can I say it? Like you know, it's like a you like you know, a solution to the problem. You know what I mean?
Well,
But,
I have a question for you, Sean. I noticed in your super chats and your gifted memberships, you spelt your name SHAWN. However, every time you call in, you spell it SEAN. Do you go by that spelling or how your super chat is spelled?
No, it's Sean, like SHAWN.
So I'm going to change your name on this then, and we can get Gator to update the bracket for you then.
Yeah. Oh, check out my new fish tank, bud. Like, look at that.
Oh, what a tank.
I paid a lot of money for that. But, yeah.
Oh, yeah? You a big fish guy?
Yeah, you know, I've always had, you know, fish tanks, you know, through my childhood and my upbringing. But
do you name your fish?
Yeah, no, not really. I mean, sometimes I do if it's a special one, you know, needing a name that I, you know, get acquainted with more, you know, more than others. But other than that, I just wanted to congratulate you about, you know, you're still doing your thing, and I remember like the you know, the off-season thing you do every year, you know what I mean, is it's congratulated, you know, and you know, you put the time, the effort in, the hours, and I respect that. So.
Well, thanks for tuning in, Sean. I got a couple super chats for you. Big fella says, the less drunk Sean is, the more likable he is. How about that?
Everybody says that until they meet me. You know, you don't want to meet the sober me.
Why not? You don't need to be
I'm
drunk
crabby.
to call into a show.
You know, I'm crabby. I'm isolated. Like, I don't, you know, I have depression, man. So you don't want to be around me when I'm not drinking. Trust me.
Well, I don't know if it's healthy, though, to drink to try and get over your depression. That doesn't sound like a good solution either, though.
No, I'm on, like, I take meds with it. When I drink, I don't take the meds. You know what I mean? I'm not stupid. I'm not taking meds and drinking. I'm like when I decide to drink, I won't take the meds. But
now you wrote in, Sean, that you live with a woman. So where is she when all this is happening?
You know, my woman has her own, you know, issues, but you know, she's a good woman, and
you guys support
she's
each
very
other.
understanding. She's been with me for 8 years, so we're pretty much understanding of each other's flaws and everything, and we work on them.
Cisco Lopez writes in, love you, Sean. Thanks for calling in.
So thankfully, good, you know.
Good job.
Yeah. Loves, man. Take care, man. You know, God bless your family, whatever, you know. All right, Jake, I just want to say that, you know, and hopefully, you know, I don't want to win it because I know I'm not going to win it all. But, you know, I hope
You
I do
versus
good
Andrew
in the-
C. Hey, have you seen Andrew C. call him before, The Dream?
Yeah, I see some of his works. You know, he's a good caller. So I have good, you know, opponent. So yeah. All right, Jake, but I'm gonna get out of here. So
Well, Sean, I love the glasses. Call back soon, all right?
all right, brother. All right, take care.
Thank you,
Peace
Sean.
out.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Excellent call there from Sean, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent call. Now, this next caller is in action tomorrow. It's a good one. He's facing his brother, James B. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the line right now.
If Mad Max ain't yapping about jets, that boy, he's jamming. He's slamming, freaking dancing. Mad Max ain't ever stopped yapping. That boy, he still be dancing. Then call Jake Asman. He got an orange wall.
Can you hear me? Good job. What are you guys' opinion on me doing a backflip through this orange wall?
Damn you, internet. Damn you, internet. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck.
Yo. Hello, Mike.
If Beast was on, I wanted to ask Beast something. You still on?
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is a man they call the Beast.
Don't let go of the rope. What rope are you talking about? This whole team looks like it's shot to shit. Who the hell do you think you are? I am.
So, Beast, what is your favorite meal that you get from Chick-fil-A?
So far, it's been the number one. And that chicken sandwich is good, but I keep telling them, do not put the pickles on the sandwich. I'm not a pickles person.
All right, so you only do the sandwich? You don't do like a shake or whatever? No fries?
Only Dr. Pepper. I'm a Dr. Pepper person.
All right, tell you what, Beast. I'm going to Venmo Jake your next Chick-fil-A meal so you can have it and enjoy it. So it's the chicken sandwich with the Dr. Pepper. What is that, $15?
No, that's like $10.86.
$10.86. All right, I'm gonna send it.
Because you got to also look at
on me, buddy.
pricing and then the tax on top to it as well. Tax is always like to give you the.
Tell you what, I'll do 15. If you want to tip the person with the extra, it's fine.
Oh, don't worry, I'll take care of her. She'll be that's easy to figure. Always remember, if you don't play your cards right, get off the table.
Mike, very nice of you.
If you can't, if you don't have a good hand in a game of poker and you don't have nothing, fold your cards and get off the table.
Or
lose your money.
Effing diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Fucking diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Mike, great jester.
Yeah,
I can just share with you his Venmo if you want to do it directly, but it's up to you.
That's right. I'll send it to you.
All right.
But yeah. So I'm sending it to Beast because Beast makes me laugh. He's funny, and I'll make him feel better for the day. People don't like him, whatever. People like him, but I find him very funny, like everybody else. So your next Chick-fil-A is on me, man.
Mike, well done, sir.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
We check in now with AJF, who's rocking the helmet still. AJF, you're 57-43 right now. I was not expecting a blowout in this one, but it's trending that way. Your thoughts on how you're performing?
I'm very pleased. I knew it was never going to be easy, and it hasn't been. But, sometimes things happen, and if I'm able to, pull this off, once again, I will be grateful to the Asmaniac community, but we got to move on to next week. Asmaniac Madness doesn't end until it ends.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
Vote, vote, vote. Super chat from Cisco. Hey, Beast, are you accepting the Luby offer? Beast, are you accepting the Luby offer?
If it's ready by the time the 20 seconds shows up, it better be ready to go.
I don't know what that means.
It better be ready. It better be ready to go. That means I want to see it up front, and then we'll take it from here, and then I'll sit back and enjoy. It's like having a stogie. You ever hear of a stogie? That's called a cigar.
Yes, of course. That makes total sense.
It's something that Neil likes to do. They'll smoke them big old Cuban cigars.
God. Weed the People says Queen Lenie the Magnanimous. Thank you, Weed. Weed, remember when you used to call into the show? What happened to that? Stop smoking weed for 5 minutes and bless us with one of your outstanding calls. Abuska says Jake is Corbett for the Curtis Martin. I'm confused. I don't know what this. I'm confused that you're confused? Because I don't know what you mean. Please clarify. Is the Corvette for the Curtis Martin? I don't know. The weekly raffle prize is a signed Curtis Martin helmet, and prize 2 is a Garrett Wilson jersey. And end of this show, I am raffling away a signed Kevin Mawai jersey. So if you enter during this show, you have a chance to win a prize at the end and on Friday in the weekly series. We combine all the entries over the course of the week and raffle away multiple signed items every week on the show. We've been doing that since December of last year. I believe we're caught up on the super chats. So let's get right back to some of your outstanding calls. And we have a who's who of people on the line. But I'm going to go to this guy quick because his internet dropped out last time. I'll try it one more time.
Can you hear me?
Max?
What's up, Jay? What's up, Asmaniacs? How you guys doing? So I got a wonderful
Max.
matchup. We got a wonderful matchup with James B in New York City. Asmaniacs, we got to vote for me. How's Australian Jets fan doing against Philly Noodles?
He's up big right now, Mad Max, but this is about you. Why should people vote for you over James B tomorrow morning?
People should vote for me over James B because honestly, I'm a better caller than James B. Honestly, many Asmaniacs think or know me for the arrogant salsa dance or the punches and kicks. I bring more to the strategy. I've been a Jets fan since 2016. I've suffered the highs and lows. And mostly as a fan, I experience low. We've Aaron Glenn, Mr. Trusty, bro. And I want to use this as Asmaniac Madness tournament, not just to show off, but to spread the word of God, spread the joy of the Asmaniac community. Because honestly, God and hanging out with godly men have changed my life for the better, Jake. So, Asmaniacs, vote for me tomorrow against James B. Go Jets.
Hey, Beast says you're a dope.
Honestly, Storm Rocket, I'm just the best in Christ. Honestly, Storm Rocket, and honestly, we need to get that average soon. Have a good show, Jay.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
All right, strong comments there from Mad Max trying to get votes ahead of his battle tomorrow. More of your calls right now. Keep making our way through a who's who of Asmaniacs on the line. Also in battle tomorrow, Johnny Boy against Lumpy. Hello, Johnny.
Yo, what's good, G? Hey, hold on. Hey, shout out to Quest, man. If it's birthday today and whatnot, so happy birthday, Quest. Hope you enjoy it with the fam. Shout out to Sean, bro. Sean being able to come on here and talk about that publicly to everybody. Hey, man, you're not alone, dog. So keep doing your stuff, man. It's sometimes if you're an introvert, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. And hey, Jake, came on here real quick because I wanted to ask you, between JD and Muji, right? Is this Muji's first real free agency season or his second?
Well, second, because he was part of all the moves last year.
So where would you rate Muji's second compared to JD's second? Like, do you like one or the other, or which one do you think is doing better?
Well, if you remember, Douglas's second go of it in free agency was a little unique because he didn't really have a first one because he got there in June. So it's like, which one are you counting? Because 2020, or 2019, like he didn't spend the money on Le'Veon Bell. He didn't spend the money on CJ Mosley. He didn't make the draft picks. So, like, to me, you got to really throw that one away. 2020 was the COVID year. It was a weird year. I don't think you could really compare it because Douglas didn't get the same kind of clean break that Muji inherited where, like, he got a normal first full offseason.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still in awe that what he did today with Justin Fields and being able to have them cats eat some of that money and then still get a almost seventh rounder, was it? Right? Or sixth rounder, I think. That dude's work. He's chefing it up, man. That guy is cooking, bro. And it's amazing because, dude, I thought we were just going to say, hey, June 1st, peace, you're done. It's no more. So, yeah, so that's why I came up here, man. Just wanted to, pick your head a little bit in regards to that. So, hey, keep killing the show, man. Keep doing your stuff. Got to go take the kid to practice right now. But, hey, man, shout out to Lumpy, dude. He's a good guy, man. He's a good person, man. So it would be, hey, man, we're winning no matter what, bro. So, but hey, keep doing your thing, Jake. We'll see you at the draft, right?
Let's go.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
That will be a fun one tomorrow. Lumpy versus Johnny Boy. Keep it rolling with your calls. Ladies and gentlemen, a 1 seed is on the line. Let's say hello right now to this man.
You'll never get my chicken soup recipe. I'm not saying that Lowski takes steroids. Give me some of it. Hey, child. Who is that lovely lady? Send it this way, child.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Jake.
Happy
First off,
birthday to your mother.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it. I'm going to call after I get off the show. I've been running some errands earlier today, so I'm doing good. First off, shout out to Leanie. Congratulations for upsetting the Beast and Asmaniac Madness. Don't worry about anyone getting upset for winning. You deserve to win. You're loved. You're a lovely person. You're a lovely woman. And, just keep living the dream. That's all I got to say about that.
Did you vote for Lenie?
Yes, I did.
Over Beast?
Yes, I did.
Your fellow 1 seed?
Yes, I did.
How come?
I just like Leanie, man. That's it.
You trying to get after it
No,
with Lenie?
I am not, Jake. Stop insinuating, okay?
I'm just asking. I'm not insinuating. I'm asking a question.
Look, as for Darren Muji and his offseason moves, I'm glad he got rid of Justin Fields. I was not going to wait till June 1st for them to move on.
Big fella says, keep it in your pants, Gorman. See, he was thinking it too.
Whatever. I don't care.
Common Country says, calm your freaky down, Charles.
I don't really care.
Lumpy says, Charles Leanie is married.
I know.
Veteran Jet Fan says, Gorman shooting his shot.
Look, Leanie has always been nice to me whenever I talk with her on StreamYard, whenever I go on, Addison Show on his channel.
Did you see this picture of Queen Leanie?
Yes, I did on Discord, and Nick Sean was busting my balls for me for saying it looked nice.
Now, so you have a history of this.
Yes.
You dog.
What can I say, Jake? I do think we can either get a wide receiver two either in free agency or in the draft. I know a lot of people are upset with Lemon because of his look. If the guy can play, the guy can play. That's all I care about at this point. I would like the Jets to try to get Jawan Jennings from the 49ers. I know he's still a free agent, is he?
Gunjo with a super chat. He cuts the line in the raffle for 2. Hey, Charles.
Gunjo, why don't you mind your own damn business? Anyway,
how are the Colts doing?
I'm not answering that question.
I hope they do terrible. I'll answer it for them.
Apparently, Gunjo doesn't realize what the hell is going on in my life, so that's his damn problem.
What is going on in your life? Can you provide an update?
Tomorrow, oh shit, 10 passes.
Can you
Tomorrow's
provide
my
an
living
update?
my best life meeting at Patrick's Day tomorrow, so I'll be wearing green tomorrow.
Okay, so the update is that it's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, and you'll be wearing green. Am I following that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What else?
That's about it for now.
Hey, how much do I have to pay you to pull the fire alarm behind you?
Nothing. I'm not pulling the fire alarm.
Come on. How much?
None.
$100.
None.
$100.
None.
150.
$0.
200.
$0.
300.
Goodbye, Jake.
Come on. 5. Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price, folks. Beast, how much to pull the fire alarm? You would have done it.
Yes, please. I was just reviewing my homework, and right now I'm sitting down relaxing, to a nice round of Icy Hot on the back and a nice little timing on life. Can we please go back to Jake? Go.
Right now, we're getting some gabagool. If you really want some gabagool, you gotta come get the gabagool. Catch you later.
Thank you very much, Beast. Hartford land in the raffle for 4. They trade a 6th and take on $3 million for Gino and a 7th back. Then they trade Fields for a 6th in salary. They end up with a 7th, pretty much the same salary cap hit in Gino. Good gamble. It's good GMing by the Mooch. That's what it is. And again, we've seen the Jets be able to take day 3 picks and turn them into good players. So getting a 6 for Fields is not nothing. I like it. They traded a 7th and got back a 6 for Gino. Now they're going to, or whatever it was for Gino, it's the way they made the money work. They're basically saving a little money and they got an extra pick out of it. I think it's good GMing by Muji.
Good job.
Again, he's showing a lot of competency. The big swings are going to be one in this draft. We're talking about the 2nd pick of the draft. You got to get a superstar level player there. You got to get it right. And then obviously the other 3 picks in the top 44 are gigantic. But really, if he's here for 27, and I expect him to be, the quarterback decision will define him like all the other Jet GMs. You have a quarterback or you don't in this league. Hartford, I appreciate the super chat, though. Well done. All right, home stretch of our show. We're going to come back and get to your final remaining calls. A lot of you still want in, so I'm looking forward to that. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back right after this.
This team is not well coached. Oh, and I heard Rebecca said she wanted to marry a guy like me. Well, Rebecca, I would love for you to deflower me.
Whoa. Keep it in your pants, Gorman. This is a family show.
I was told to say it, so.
I don't care who told you to say it. Sick.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, someone told me to say it, so I have to say it. Oh, I'm Charles Gorman.
I didn't really watch the game because I was with a friend. I was at the Woodbridge Center Mall.
This is a brutal call. You didn't watch the game?
I checked the box score.
You didn't watch the game?
I was with a friend, Jake.
So you chose a comic book convention over your football team? What type of fan are you?
Apparently not a good one. I wanted to spend time with a friend, Jake. Is that something wrong?
Yes. Now, was this friend of yours a woman? Was she going to make sweet and passionate love to you?
His name was Preston, and he's been my best friend for a while.
So you hung out with a dude all day instead of watching your team? What are we doing?
Shame.
Beast, I could care less what you think.
Shame.
So
what a lousy loser he turned out to be. Gorman, you've lost every bit of my respect. You clown-sucking douchebag.
Sir Lucas says, does Preston dress up like a comic book chick? Good question.
He did not dress up like a chick. He's not a cross-dresser.
Calm down. Is Preston your friend or gay lover?
Not gay lover.
So you went to a comic book convention with Preston, who's your friend and not gay lover?
Yes.
Because you know the Jets play Sunday at 1 o'clock.
I know that. And I wanted to spend time with a friend.
Clown-sucking douchebag.
You want to fight, asshole?
I don't want to fight, period. I went to Sabaro's.
You chose Sabaro's? You couldn't have picked anything else at a mall?
Wanted some meatballs.
From Sabaro's?
Yes.
Really? You chose Sabaro's voluntary? Come on. And for the meatballs, you went to a comic book convention with your gay lover and ate Sabaro's?
He's not my gay lover. First and foremost, and even if he was my gay lover, why is that a freaking problem?
It's just, it would be surprising because you started your call trying to pursue Rebecca in the chat. But you didn't watch the Jets today. So what exactly is the purpose of calling in?
I checked the box score.
No, the box score could lie. There's no context. There's no feel for the box score. Every game has a heartbeat. According to New Q here, you hung out with a dude and ate balls over watching your football team. What is that?
It's a mat. I also got a poster for him.
Chris wants to know, does Preston lay on that mat?
No, he does not. Stop it.
You don't have to get so mad. You can just clarify for the chat.
And I got this too. Cost me about $40.
You spent $40 on that?
Yeah, $5 discount.
A $5 discount?
I wanted it. Rebecca, if you want to talk to me via email.
Email?
She said she would marry a guy like me. That's what I was told.
You're just going to sell your soul for the first woman that shows interest in you, Charles?
No. I'm saying if she wants to talk to me in general, period.
Now, Rebecca says that she would, but you would have to give up Preston.
Rebecca, we're not gay lovers. Stop it. I'm going to have serious talk with this woman.
Preston or Rebecca?
Rebecca, I would love for you to deflower me.
Thank God for the Gormans, the Beasts, Bobby, Gary's. This season's been so bad. We're back. All right, more of your calls. Jay Graves is next. Hello, Jen Graves.
Hey. Got a couple points. I'm very excited now about this new season. I feel like last year's almost a mulligan. Like they're tearing it down. Like Aaron Glenn, you say you're a good coach. Like we got all your guys. You're calling defense. All right, prove it. So I think I'm like last season. Like I'm not gonna get like excited or not excited till like week 5 and kind of see what we got. But I am definitely way more hopeful than I was last year. Because I honestly thought we were just rolling back with the same team but different coaches. So we fired all the coaches, got new coaches, and fired all the players and got new players. Like we're a whole new ass team. So that's exciting. And then,
You're more optimistic than most, I would say. I think people are like, all right, like they're making some smart moves, but like there's really not a mulligan because the coach needs to win to save his job. You know, like he can't go 3-14 again and be here. Even 5 wins probably is not enough.
Part of me thinks like my big thing I'm still very concerned about is how badly he mismanaged or misjudged the talent after being a scout. But maybe just that solid core was just that cancerous. Maybe he didn't realize how much the losing really like weighed on them and how much it messed up everything. Like maybe, like we said, we did have talent, but man, losing sucks. And like you can be the most talented person, losing 5 seasons in a row. You have we had like 10 wins, if that, over 5 seasons. Like it takes a mental toll. So maybe he didn't account for how messed up mentally all these guys were. So that's kind of where my excitement comes from. I'm like, all right, we have new fresh blood. Like, show us what you can do. It might still suck, but like everybody keeps saying, our floor is raised. I mean, I hate to say it because every time we say it can't get worse, it does. So it could get worse, but I don't think it will. I hope it won't. And then my other thing I wanted to call it about was I am so thankful. I don't know if it happened that we're going to be in the afternoon for me and Gary, or if you guys made it that way. If you made it that way, I apologize because Wednesday's family dinner night at my dad's house. We do it every week. And unlike Gary, I actually like spending time with my family. So I will be enjoying time with my 4-year-old nephew and my 2-year-old niece because that's more important than fighting with strangers on the internet every day like Gary does. I actually enjoy my family. So, I'll be doing that.
Now, do you think you have a chance to take down Gary? We've already seen 116 beat a 1 seed. Do you think you could knock out Mr. 3D Boxing from the tournament?
No, and I'll tell you why. Because for anything else, Gary is entertaining. I will not give you what Gary can give us. I'm just going to say, like, I can admit that. He is a stronger caller as far as, like, just entertainment-wise. Like, I'm not going to say you're going to argue with people on the internet. Gary will, and I like watching Gary fight with other people, so it's entertaining. And I actually do want to see him keep going because I'm not honestly. If I keep going, I'd appreciate it, but I'm not going to be able to call it all the time. Probably for not most of my battles, especially as it gets like. I'm just happy to be here. I'm one of those people. I'm just happy to be here.
You know what I just noticed too? Thank you to Aussie Jet fan for pointing this out. It says Lenie on the graphics. So Gator, when you get a chance, update the graphics so it says Jay Graves.
It definitely said Jay Graves before. I definitely remember when we were doing the selection Sunday. It definitely said my name. So I don't know why that.
We'll get it right. We got it right in the actual bracket here. We just don't have it right in the matchup graphic.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
We'll get it fixed for you, Jay Graves, though. Only the best for you.
Yeah, I mean, unless my dad cancels, because I mean, depending on, he's retired and he's always busy. But typically every Wednesday we do have family dinner at his house. So if he cancels for some reason, if he's too busy being retired, I will call in. But I probably, unfortunately, will not be able to.
Well, if you can't, we'll want to send a video, feel free, and I'll make sure we play it.
For sure, I will. But that's all I got for you, Jake. Want show my face, as Bobby says, and kind of talk about the Jets a little bit and about the upcoming match. So, yeah. Have a great rest of your evening, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jay Graves checking in. Great call there. Last chance to get your voice heard here on our Monday afternoon soiree. If you missed the announcement, tomorrow morning we're going live at 9 a.m. with our first show of the day because I got afternoon radio I'm doing from 1 to 3. I'm filling in for Michael K on ESPN New York. And Joe Blewett, who's normally on Tuesday in the afternoon, he's now Wednesday afternoon. So we will have a different guest in the afternoon, but just so everyone's aware, 9 a.m. Eastern, first show, probably around 4 p.m. Eastern, second show. And then you can get another 2 hours of me tomorrow from 1 to 3 as well. Derek, the Kansas Jet fan, is next. Last chance to get your voice heard. Last chance to enter the raffle. I'm counting all the names. Derek, what's up, man?
Hey, Jake, how we doing today, brother, man?
Living the dream, Derek. How are you?
Heck yeah, I'm doing good, man. I just wanted to send a shout out to Papa Jet. Congrats on taking the win earlier today. I wish you much success in the future of the tournament, my friend. The better beard did indubitably win. Shout out to the community, everyone that voted for me means so much. And then I just wanted to talk some Jets for a little bit. I absolutely love that we were able to trade Justin Fields today. I don't know how Muji pulled the rabbit out of the hat on that one. I'm assuming he'll probably end up being the week 1 starter for the Chiefs next year, if I had to guess.
Unless Mahomes is healthy. I mean, but there's a chance coming off of an ACL. He suffered in December. Like, no guarantee. So, yeah. And you know what's interesting, too? Fields now gets all the reps in the offseason program, OTAs, a lot of training camp. Like, if Andy Reid can't fix him, Fields will never get an opportunity. He won't be in football. He won't, unless he's willing to be a Wildcat quarterback, which he's already shown some reluctancy for. So, this is true. Like, again, he's lucky to have this chance. I'm very fascinated to see what he looks like.
I'm very intrigued to see how well he does too. The Chiefs they do got some good weapons, and they got Kenneth Walker now. And I live in Kansas, and most of my friends, I usually watch the Chiefs game with them, unless the Jets are playing, in which case, I definitely got to watch the Jets. But I just wanted to send a shout out to the community. Love you guys. Thanks for the votes. Can't wait to attend again next year. And JETS, Jets. Let's go, baby.
Derek, I appreciate you, man. Excellent call. Excellent call by Derek. He will not be a 13 seed a year from now. He just kind of came onto the scene very late. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to crown a winner in this afternoon's Asmaniac Madness battle? Are we ready? I'm ready. It is time to determine the winner. Let's close the voting because it's time.
Asmaniac Madness is underway. Make sure you vote to make your voice heard.
An international victory. Congratulations to the 11th seed, AJF, on defeating Philly Noodles 58-42 with 451 votes that were cast.
If I advance to the next round, I'll hit the Jets chant as loud as I can in the middle of the street next time I call in at 3 a.m. So vote for me, Australian Jets fan, in Asmaniac Madness. Also, I heard the Jets need a quarterback. Wide 80, set, hut.
Touchdown. Jets win the Super Bowl.
AJF, you've done it.
I used to pray for times like these, man. When after I had my appendix surgery last year, at the end of February, and all I could do was pretty much lie there and watch the show. I dreamed of making it to Asmaniac Madness, and the day has finally come, and I have advanced to the next round, and I'm so grateful for everyone that voted for me. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to even be on the show. And I just want to thank you, Jake, for putting this on for everyone. Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations, AJF. Well done. Big time performance by you. You were a double-digit seed in this tournament, and you pulled off the upset. So well done. The dedication, getting up at 3 a.m. to call in on the first show, I think paid off. So I'm happy for you, man. Appreciate you investing in the show the way you have.
Someone's got to carry the Australian flag now that Craig's out as well. So, I'm looking to go all the way. It's going to be very hard, but you have to believe, and I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 11th seed, moving on to the next round, AJF. Job well done. Real quick, Gator moves quick. He moves real quick. We have the updated graphic for the extraordinary region matchup featuring the number 1 seed, Gary 3D Boxing, and the 16th seed, Jay Graves. I'm loading the graphic right now so people can see it. But again, tomorrow morning, 3 versus 14, Mad Max and James B. Tomorrow afternoon, Lumpy and Johnny Boy will go at it inside the round of 64 in the Dangerous Alliance region. Graphics not loading. StreamYard is being a piece of you-know-what. So I don't know if I can actually show the updated graphic, but you guys will see it when we get closer. Oh, there it is. Great. Hold on. Load. There it is. Gary versus Jay Graves. Should be a great one. Looking forward to that. All right, now let's get to the Wheel of Champions. We got a raffle. Let's bring on the master raffle ceremony.
I just had chicken. Chicken. This is Arnold Schwarzenegger here to tell you. Now it is time. Let me just say this one more time. It is now time to spin the Wheel of the Champions. Rattle. Let's go. Spin the wheel. At 3, at 2, at 1. And thank you very much, Leanie, for that wonderful gesture. You have a great day. Now let's spin the Wheel of Champions. Rattle.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac Raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
And Leanie got a thank you. It was in his Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, but Beast did say thank you to Leanie for the great gesture of donating her prize to the Beast. Well done. Let me shout out Justin Rosenthal, who gifted a membership, then became a channel member. Justin, I got to add your name an extra time because I only accounted for you once. I appreciate you, man. And wait, we got a little late run here with a super chat from the Papa Jet, who had a big win earlier, wants to thank everyone who voted for him. Papa Jet, thank you. You just purchased 2 raffle tickets as well. He says, thanks for all the votes this morning, my fellow Asmaniacs. Awesome showing, Derek. You're one classy young man. Papa Jet 73 in our Kevin Mawai jersey raffle. Black Gypsy in the raffle for 1 as well. Let me type his name in here. We know Gypsy loves to wait to the last second. All right. Here we go, everybody. Stand by and get ready for a spin unlike any other. If you win, you have to email me. Again, if you win, email me, asmanjake@gmail.com. Your name, your address, so I know where to order the signed Mawai jersey too. Good luck to everyone. But only one Asmaniac can win right now, and that winner is... How about this? Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. He didn't win an Asmaniac Madness, but there is an Asmaniac God looking over Derek. A classy man in defeat, and he gets rewarded with a signed Kevin Mawai jersey. Let's go.
Hello? You play to win the game.
Well, I'll tell you what. Derek, the Jet fan, just played to win a signed Mawai jersey, and he is the winner. Let's go. Hit the Jet chant for him. Congratulations to Derek. Derek, you're the man. I have your address, so I know exactly where to send it. I'll get that taken care of for you this week. I want to thank everyone who tuned in. Thank you to Zack Rosenblatt from The Athletic for coming on the show and giving us some good insight on the state of the Jets. Again, 9 a.m. tomorrow, we're live because I'm in for Michael K at 1, so we're moving up the start of our show to 9 a.m. Eastern time. I will talk to you guys then. Thank you all for watching the show. Couldn't do it without you. JETS, Jets. We'll talk to you soon. Like the video and make sure you're subscribed to the channel before we get out of here.
And now for a word from our new sponsor.
If you're Hispanic, you know what I mean when you're out every time you were sick, you go like that, and just rub this shit all over, and rub this all over your body, and then you put like a heavy blanket over you so you could sweat out the cold.
And that was medical advice would be, man. Vicks Mo Dre. Hello, Dre.
Any self-respecting Puerto Rican is going to have Vicks on them at all times.
Latinos use this for everything. Literally, I would get cut as a kid. I'd fall on the floor, cut. My grandmother would try to put this on every... It's like, a cut, ponte Vicks. Damn cancer, ponte Vicks.
This gets me through, I'm feeling a little sniffly. You just pop this bad boy in. Vicks cures broken hearts, cancer.
Literally, Dr. Dre giving us some medical advice.
We don't go to the hospital. Like, we don't want to find out what's wrong with us.
To a kid with a cold, it's love. To a mother, it's more. It's medicine.
Like, you could be...
He's gonna die.
Hey,
Here's the deal. Just got no chance unless you click on that like button. And you gotta make sure you subscribe to the Jake Asman Show. You don't, you can get the f*** out. Now let's go, Asmaniacs. We're built for this shit.